The other question is, what is the vigil?
The vigil is the standing point, a standing point, let me say, of our movement. This incredible movement of universal brotherhood, as you've seen throughout the months and the years that will come. You'll see the outstanding growth of our beloved movement. I found all kinds of love and respect and dignity, the kind of movement that went global for a reason, you know, um, because people don't like to be lied to. That's why we're here, because we're standing for those who are afraid, you know, and we're out here, daily, nightly, to prove that point, that we are all inherently one. That's why we're here.
Right on. So, back in the day, there was a night I was what I would say on duty. I was watching out for people sleeping. And at that same time, Colonel was sitting up at the vigil with the table and all those beautiful artifacts, many of which have walked away, unfortunately. But some of them, still remain and make an appearance here and there, back and forth. The vigil changes all the time. Um, and so he was sitting at the table at the vigil, and we were out on the sidewalk. Um, it was you, Nameless, and Tequila, and myself, and then Vigil Colonel right next to us. And so, do you remember those nights? Those nights. That was
I
before
remember.
Shemansky, I think.
Was it? Was it? If it was, then it was right before. In fact,
Right
I think it was
before
right
or right
before.
after. I
It
don't
was
know.
either right before or right after. Yeah. But yeah, and it was lively, and people had intelligent conversations. Had fun. You know, but and we were happy to do it. To serve. You know, in a capacity that put us at risk. You know, um,
What was it like? Did you actually get any rest when you were out here? Do you remember?
um, if I did, it was very little. I do remember nights that I was so tired and so just like, oh my god. I slept a couple of nights that I was here, but you know, A, not easily, and B, very, very, few hours, definitely.
Yeah, it was hard in the winter.
Because,
Winter was
it was
really
very
hard.
cold. It was very cold.
Yeah.
I mean, I got sick, you know. I mean,
Oh yeah, you
at
were
the end of it,
sick
yeah.
for a long
Yeah.
time, like a month.
Yeah. It was
I
bad.
remember
Like,
being worried
yeah.
about you to death.
Yeah. I mean, we
Dang, you
was
look good.
buddies.
I've just it's
Thank you.
coming back now.
Yeah.
How sick you got.
Yeah.
That's one thing
Absolutely.
that was unfortunate is we can't seem to get, some of the diehard folks, especially when there's not very many people. Like right now, we might be out of the water with that. We might be out of the thick of it, but when there's not very many people here, then a few people periodically feel obligated to stay when it's not healthy. We try to say, look, the table will stay here. The table will mark our spot. People check on it during the day. You don't have to be here day and night and die of illness. You need
That,
to go
that was the
somewhere.
standing point. That was where we said, okay, if you're sick, if you're injured in any way, if you're harmed, if you don't feel up to doing the job at all, then by all means, don't do it. We want to protect the people. That was our primary focus, because because that we were for the people. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So
Like, I
don't
mean,
harm folks just because they are excited about the movement. We don't want them to put themselves at risk. That would kind of, defeat the purpose of making a safe
Yeah,
zone.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah, but you were here a lot, and I hadn't seen you around. So to me, this is a really neat reunion.
I really, I'm really excited to see you. You know, it has been a while. You know,
So, well,
yeah.
welcome home to your vigil.
Thank you. You
I'm
know,
here every other night and I serve coffee, and there's people here every single day. And then there's a rotating crew of folks.
word.
There's people taking care of our, accumulating sleep gear, and
That's awesome.
it's definitely taken on more of the community effort, and it keeps growing. So,
And it will. It will as the spring and summer progress. It definitely will.
yeah,
I
well,
mean,
we are thankful to Marjorie too, who's doing. I guess I would call it not food, not bombs, because right now she can't say that. It's like getting the band back together. She's doing it on her own right now, but that's what she had been part of, is the food, not bombs, and
hmm
but she by herself brought food down here, and she's committing to doing that every Tuesday, from what I hear,
see,
which
and
will be.
that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, we've
I
been
mean,
trying to do something like that for a while. These are dreams that, you
are
know,
finally happening.
come true.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's beautiful.
it is beautiful. You know, I think that you know, as I was telling live stream earlier today,
Which
that
you're on
which I'm on.
right now, too.
I'm on live stream again.
Yeah, yeah. But see, you're also on my Ustream channel, and we've got
No,
people
that's
who are
perfectly
going to
fine.
watch it as
No,
Vigil
I need
TV.
people
And
to see this because it's the truth. Because I'm because I believe in this movement. From its inception. Because I was there, I saw it. And seeing is believing. You know, especially when the thing that you're seeing is worth seeing. You know, um, if you could have saw the the way that we built it up, the way that we treated people with respect, you know we treated people as if they were human beings, you know um, and we worked together, to build community. That was exactly what we did, and we did a really freaking good job of it for just a bunch of people not ever seeing each other ever before, you know, getting together in one little place, and making it happen.
yeah,
You know, I mean, without the need for, we policed ourselves. The problem is, that we didn't really take very many stances against, certain actions and everything like that. I see that's
behavior
yeah, right.
problems, right?
And so that's where problems began.
Yeah, well, I
Um,
have This interesting that you say that, because I have an ongoing conversation with people. Um, there's a couple lurkers who come around, and maybe we can help and maybe we can't. Some have made it clear that we can't, and they've endangered people or made them feel like they needed to stay away. And so, um, some of us have made it uncomfortable for them to be here, and it's not that we're excluding them, because this is their right to be
right,
here.
right,
But I'm certainly not going to welcome them and make it a happy, fun
right,
time for them.
right.
I can let them know that, because we start out with this. We start out with, hey, your behavior, blah blah blah. We're trying to do something here. This is a community action. This is a demonstration, and what you're doing is harming it. And
Absolutely.
ultimately, the question I have is, okay, well, if you don't want to participate in this action because you don't want to cooperate with other people and some of what they've established, why are you here?
Exactly.
So if you're not here for us,
Exactly.
you know,
And
and
they're
that,
here.
that
They
but
were
you
here
can't
for
tell.
sanctuary, though. they needed to escape. See, because there was something that they were doing that was so perverse that they wanted to get away from it. So they came here. And that's why. And, we allowed them to come in, even though I told people many, many times, and I'm sure that somewhere in the historic annals of live streaming,
In the
you probably have that on
records.
tape. It's on your freaking record books. People check it out. Um,
Going through the many,
but
many, many hours of live stream.
yeah, exactly. But if we don't nip this in the bud and we don't step up and we don't start, policing ourselves the way that we would anybody else, and that by that I mean if we are just with people. So if people, do if people are intoxicated, we show them to their tent. If they are angry and hostile, they're gone for the evening. I mean, just for the evening though. No,
Right.
unless of course they repeat, and then the suspension gets stiffer. But you know what? I mean, for the most part, you have to treat people the way that we want to be treated. And I think that they didn't understand that that came with a certain you know you know um a certain level of
Obligation
of
or
authority, you
oh,
know of
authority.
people saying, well, hey, it's not okay for you to you know take all these drugs and OD, for instance. um you know um it's not okay for you to do that kind of thing, and I think that if you do that kind of thing for the general sake of the betterment